Hi, Ms. Brewer.
Hi.
Um, why should student involvement need to happen?
Okay, there's so many reasons why we should have students involved, but one of the most important reasons is that students are their own experts.
Mm-hmm.
Students know what they need. Students know how they need to learn or how they would like to learn. They know what's relevant, and they have way more knowledge and perspective and just so many assets and amazing things about them that they don't even know.
Yeah.
And so if they're involved, they could like tap into those things,
Yeah.
and then like they become even more amazing than they already are.
All right. How should student involvement change?
I think it can change in a lot of ways. One of the biggest ways is that the way adults perceive our youth. And unfortunately, we tend to see adults as, our students as, our youth as deficits, like as problems or things that we want to fix. And where I think we need to change is we need to look at our youth as, again, these assets, these amazing people with so much potential, and it's just about like growing that potential. So we need to change by looking at the positives a lot more.
All right.
You all drive us crazy, but there are so many good reasons.
All right. Where does student involvement need to happen?
Where?
Like locations.
Everywhere.
Okay.
Like locations,
Mhm.
times, places, organizations. I think it needs to happen in lawmaking and policy making and curriculum writing and everything. Because we are all making decisions all about you.
Okay.
Like all of our voting doesn't really affect us quite so much. It's all affecting you.
Oh.
I think there, everywhere that we are making decisions, we should have some sort of youth perspective or involvement or voting or anything. But I think we're not including youth anywhere, and they need to be everywhere.
All right. So what I mean by location is should student involvement happen like in low income areas? Or
Especially.
Especially, right? Okay.
Yeah, definitely, like and within communities and low income communities, I mean, just everywhere.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's where we also see youth as a much more of a deficit or a problem in our low income areas and diverse areas, when we really should be lifting them and including them a lot more, so they can see how they can be a part of change.
Okay. Who will be affected or benefit by student involvement? Who would care?
I think everybody would benefit. I mean, I know that as I've included youth in more of my work and my programming or just my learning, I learn so much from youth every single day. Like again, kids can drive me crazy, but at the same time, at the end of the day, like I'm inspired, I'm excited, I didn't think about something that way, or it just gives me a whole different perspective. And who will care? I think everybody will care, especially youth. So, and I'm going to refer to the work that we've done in ASB or with amplifying, is that only the people with the problem can change the problem. And so I think once youth see how their involvement starts to change, then that can really change that perspective for them, and how much power that they truly have.
I see. And what about student involvement can be applied to students
Themselves?
Okay.
What do you mean?
Like what can students do to to be involved, or what can they join throughout their school to be involved? Clubs, programs.
Everything. And I think, generations have been trained to kind of mind your own business, stay in your lane. This is for the adults, not for you. And then the kids who do get involved or do ask questions are kind of reprimanded. But I think we really need to flip that and include kids, and also when youth are coming in to become involved, to let that happen. So I think it's a matter of finding those things that really interest you and motivate you, and
Yeah.
just get involved and learn more about it and ask questions. And even if like you feel like you're annoying the adults in some way or
Yeah.
another, like
Mhm.
it's for your growth and it's for your future.
Alright.
So being persistent.
Yeah, so do you think that like the students that are involved are are likely to be more successful than students that are not involved?
I mean, maybe historically, but I know that when I was a teenager, I
Mhm.
did not see myself as being involved in any way. I
Mhm.
think I was kind of dismissed a lot. I was just pretty average, you
Mhm.
know, flew under the radar. I don't think it's about like missing the boat for involvement. I think it's about finding that thing that really ignites you.
Okay.
So I think there's always potential
Mhm.
somewhere along the paths, or the path of our life.
Alright. And do you suggest or notify the students about the opportunity of clubs and programs Hoover provides, or do the students like advocate for themselves and ask about the programs and clubs they can join?
Well, the work that I do, you know, within the district, I am trying to get that word out there and notify people and teachers and staff and students about what's going on and what these opportunities are.
Yeah.
Of course, when students come to me, I let them know, but I think there's a really like a meet in the middle that needs to happen,
Yeah.
where I think more adults need to reach out to youth, and where more youth need to kind of do a little bit more digging for themselves and not assume that it's just gonna be handed to them. Like, oh, if I needed to know this,
Mhm.
then you should have told me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like asking questions and finding that information out for themselves.
Okay. And does the school district support or approve the idea of student involvement? If yes, what are they doing?
They are funding one whole position in the entire school district to get this work off the ground. Ta-da!
Alright.
No, but also that our youth advocacy department is working really hard to bring in more youth involvement. As we were developing our work for the year, we're like, we just want to make school a place where kids want to be. Like that's our goal. So that's like
Mhm.
there's a whole 4 or 5 of us in my department right now.
Alright.
It's a very large district, but we are small but mighty,
Mhm.
and we just really want to make school a place where kids want to be and
Okay.
be involved and be
Mhm.
included and be a part of decision making and all of those things.
Alright, last question. So, what can you tell us about HCC?
HCC
Ambassadors.
Student Ambassadors.
Student
I can say it's been a really fun year getting to know all of you all.
Mhm.
But what I really like about this is that this was putting kids in the driver's seat of figuring out what our systems are,
Okay.
what all of the organizations are, and like really saying like, oh, okay, this is a lot harder than we thought. Like
Mhm.
there are so many people participating in all of this. There are so many of us that are trying to get on the same page.
Mhm.
And I really love seeing and hearing the ideas, and like they seem kind of like crazy out of the box, but I'm like, no, like, yeah, we should be doing this. Like, why aren't we doing this? Like, so I really love seeing and hearing this perspective, and I can't wait for it to continue. I'm bummed that so many of you all are seniors and are moving on, but hopefully the work will continue.
Okay.
So
Alright. Well,
It's been a good
thank
year.
you, Ms. Roy.
thank you, Nate.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it too.
Boom.